Hey guys, how's it going? This is Gyrosity. Today I'm going to be talking about Anno 2070. We'll be playing through, taking a look at one of my old matches that I was playing online with a friend. I've been putting quite a few hours into it, so you'll get an idea of how to kind of plan your islands. This game gets very complicated after about 5 hours of playing, so I'll load up here one of the games. A friend and I put in about 19 hours into this match, so there's quite a lot. The purple, I believe, is me. The yellow are his islands. We used to have the oil baron, NPC on this map, and my friend eliminated him. So as a result, my friend has a higher military power than I do, and I have a stronger economy. So there's a little bit of a problem with that. He can take me out with a simple nuke strike, considering he has, I think, about 5 silos at this point. I'll load up the game here, but because he's not online, he's gonna, I think all his things are gonna get destroyed as soon as I load it up. But basically, I'm just gonna give you an idea of what the game looks like after about 19 hours. Now, you might think, for all you advanced players, you might think that there's not a lot there for the 19. Like, if you were to play 19 hours yourself, if you're an advanced player, you might have a lot more accomplished than I do here. We weren't going full tilt. This is actually the map that I was kind of teaching him how to play the game too. So hopefully his things don't get destroyed, so I can give you an idea of the difference between planning ahead and kind of starting the game off.
Fertility.
Nope. Shit. Continue playing.
Warning. Death
Yeah,
reaching
it did
critical levels.
flip. It destroyed all his stuff here. Oh well. So I'll go to my island here. His island, things were everywhere. He had a lot of a lot of good stuff there, I bet. Okay, so this is the main island. You start off, you just build fish farm, you build some cider plants to give your guys alcohol. This is the tycoons race, and if I were to go on with the ecos, it would be completely different. But the tycoons, they start off with simple requirements like fish, liquor,
Warning.
community, and then they soon get the need for activity, so you have to build a casino in the range of that house. Now, what you're seeing here is basically after
Module construction.
tycoon workers
Finalized.
evolve into tycoon employees. You can see how their needs get larger. Tupperware, information, burgers. Those guys evolve into engineers. That guy's not evolving because I don't have participation met. Oh well. And then, so their needs go up. They want wine. They want that, and then participation. Actually, they need more than that, don't they? Yeah, they also want luxury meals too. So those guys are becoming assholes. While the ultimate assholes, executives here, they require a lot of stuff, and this stuff is very complicated to make. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Pharmaceuticals, gold, jewelry. Drinks stay the same. This stays the same as the previous guys,
completed,
and that stays the same. But the lifestyle section here, so the pharmaceuticals and the jewelry is absolutely crazy to make.
I'll
give you an idea. Where are you? These guys, gold. So they require, well, coal, gold, then that gets turned into a smelter, and then a jewelry manufacturer, whatever. That has to be built on the same. The diamond's crazy too, because the diamond you have to mine underwater rather, and so basically what that equates to is a clusterfuck of trading routes, and yeah, that can be fun. So I have currently a shit ton of trading routes, so they're all over the place. But I'll give you an idea of how I set up my islands, at least what my kind of final idea of an island, or where all my resources are coming from, what islands. So if you have a large map, it's usually pretty simple. Large islands, large map, which is what we did, to designate certain islands to certain resources. So, main island, right here. Basically, all my final products are being made here for my my civilization, for all my citizens. So, with the exception of small production trees, but something like a luxury meal requires you to farm this and farm that, and then it has to be made into the actual luxury meal. So I have those guys right here. So that will get delivered to this island from another island, and that will be farmed on this island because it's, well, these guys right here. But that will be farmed and delivered to this island. So the final production, then you can see here the champagne. I have grapes being delivered from another island, sugar being delivered from another island. Now clearly this isn't being produced at its full capacity because I'm not supplying enough sugar. But I'm pretty sure I have 999 champagne anyway, so I'm not too worried. Plus that says negative 2,000, but you know, that's not exactly the case. I am making a lot of money off trades. Again, here's the gold. Gold's being delivered here, diamonds being delivered here. Here are my pharmaceuticals, and again, rare earth elements and secret ingredients are being delivered here from other islands.
Module
As
completed.
well, the tools, everything that requires to build stuff, so not just supplies for your people, but the tools are being delivered here from another island. The central of that being the immediate island to the northeast. The eco balance is shit, but it could be a lot worse because this is actually giving me plus 500 to the eco balance. This is giving me negative 175. So you can imagine if I didn't have this, it would just be nasty. This is researched from all my my techs to give me such a huge boost in eco balance. So that takes a while to get to. That's later in the game. So yeah, anyways, all my resources are basically being delivered to this island and being produced. So coal and iron and all that kind of stuff is all being delivered here, and then that is being turned into all my tools. I like to line up all my buildings
Warning.
like so.
Production breakdown.
Not just because it looks pretty, but it's easy to maintain and manage. It's easy to manage how many of any given production facility you have on that island. Now you can see I have 2 nuclear power plants here, so that requires, all this stuff requires a lot of energy, especially the ones later in the game. This is -6 energy, -3, -4, -6, -6. A lot more than a typical house. So anyways, all my stuff that's not being consumed. Everything except for consumables is being delivered here. It's being produced into tools, which is then delivered to my main island. So it's nice to centralize all your see, look, big trade. Centralize all your supplies and materials and all that kind of stuff to make trade routes way easier and just way more efficient. So check this out. This is a lot of coal. That coal is needed to produce the absolute absurd
Module
amount of
completed.
tools that I have. So yeah, I put these on the island that has a... See, I think it's only in the expansion you get these, but little things like this happen on the island where it gives you just this was already on the island. It gives you either a boost or a damage to your eco balance.
Developed.
So anyways, let's just move on. So coal is being transferred from this island to this island, being is accepting you, inviting you to join a game. That's kind of cool. Okay, 50 seconds here. A lot of stuff being built here. A lot of stuff being built here. This is kind of my oil island and plastics. Again, it's nice to centralize. This is my uranium island. A lot of uranium is being mined here. Pretty much every mine is saturated. And for some reason, grapes as well. Underwater. It's nice to centralize it again. So I got a lot of diamonds being built under here. Consumables for researchers and geniuses all down here as well. So, again, centralize, trade routes effective. That's what you want a plan for. So I'm going to see what's going on here. Never actually just joined a random person's game. Did that even work? That's strange. Oh, and I made as a goal for this game, because it was a continuous game, you can choose what you want for a end game scenario goal to win. One of the main ones was building, the game does not exist anymore, great. Building the monument, so I was building a monument there. One thing that my friend did that wasn't as effective as me, which is why he doesn't have as good of an economy as I do, is that he started on his main island and he was basically producing as much stuff as he could on his main island. So all of his resources, for well, his tools and things like that were being produced, and it was shitting on his eco balance, and it was not effective use of space as well. Basically, after the game kind of moved on, I made sure that, sometimes it requires you to delete stuff because, right off the bat, you kind of have to farm your alcohol on your main island, and you have to produce your electricity on your main island with a coal plant or whatever it may be. What game is this? But basically, as the game goes along, you want to finish this one. You want to bulldoze those buildings and move them to another island. It just saves you a lot of money, makes things easier, makes your supply at your main island more manageable, and yeah, you don't have just random stuff sitting in random places.
Energy supply inadequate.
And that's not good either. You don't want that. This is a game I had done a while back. Something I would say I did wrong was researchers on the same island as my tycoons. Not good. Again, I don't want this. My tools are being, well, not tools, but my modules. Is that right? Modules? Building modules are being produced on my main island. Not good. Eventually I want to move that over. Also coal and stuff like that. Yeah. Bucking up my eco balance, so move that to nuclear is amazing. I recommend it. Something that's really difficult to get in this game is a dam. Hydro dam. Let's just go with that. A dam. Oh, again, terrible. Terrible. I should not have all of this shit on my main island. Move it. This is an old game, so a dam is a very difficult thing to research. It requires you to have a anion catalyst, I think it is. I don't think you can just make it with your researchers at the academy and things like that, so you actually have to stumble upon it, and it's pretty rare in my experience. So yeah, you don't you kind of want to make nuclear. You want to go nuclear eventually, and you can research pretty easily. Actually, you can research things that lessen the risk of having a accident at your plant. So if you can do that, then you're pretty much set.
Module completed.
Oh yeah, this is one thing I did right for this.
Module construction
Oh.
finalized.
No, I'm thinking of the wrong game here. I'm gonna load up a different game I was doing. I think it was Monuments. Or was it Trade? No, that's not it. It was definitely... Well, hold on. 19 hours? Definitely that one. Yep. Oh, shit. I don't want to... Nope. Don't overwrite that, please. 19 hours? No, thank you. Would not want to overwrite that. Yes. That would have been interesting to have joined that guy's game. I'd like to have seen... critique the ever-living shit out of him. For the sake of this video. So yeah, basically this game, it requires you to sink a lot of time into it before you realize what you have to do with the end goal in mind. Because the game gets so complicated. It starts out simple, well, relatively speaking, then it gets really complicated. It's really hard to plan ahead if you don't actually know from first-hand experience. But I hope this video helps. I know that it took me a long time to figure out what to do the things that I'm saying I'm doing now. But yeah, I hope it helps. Okay, this game. Okay, I have my engineers. I have my nuclear power plant. I am still producing alcohol on my main island. I'd like to move that eventually. Oh yeah, I remember this game. I do have a dam power plant, hydroelectric power plant. That's fantastic. That was difficult to make. So with that, I pretty much got rid of my coal power plants, so that was good. Get my eco balance up there. I don't know why it's 300. That's insane. Oh, I actually have one of these guardians on it as well, so that's good. That plus 300 eco balance is giving my production a 53% boost, which is significant. Yeah, basically, if this entire island was saturated with farms, plantations, at 100%, that would be the equivalent to what I have now, comparatively. So that's a good eco balance. This one is not, because I am producing oil out the asshole. So I'm glad it's not affecting my other islands. That's nice. Let's get a pretty view of that. If that's not tycoons, I don't know what is. Okay, so there's this island, oil. I like to segment that way, the oil, and then the other tools being produced. And again, if you want to do aggressive expansion in this game, you are going to want to designate an island to this, and you don't have to worry too much about the eco balance if you don't have anybody living there. So yeah, this is absurd amount of buildings. Obviously this has cost me a lot of money, but you can build like a crazy person. You can just one of the things that really upsets me about this game, makes me want to cry. No, it just bothers me, and it just, pet peeve, is when you don't have the tools to build stuff, and you constantly have to be manually sending ships from one island to the other to deliver tools. One thing that I have realized does not work is setting up trade routes to deliver and kind of, whenever tools being produced on a main island, have a trade route that sends tools out from one island to the other, to the other, to the other, just kind of on a route. that's not very effective. I find that the most effective thing to do, because usually when you need tools, you need it in bulk. It's not spread out. It's usually okay. Well, because this game, you have to manage doing a shit ton of stuff at one time. Whenever you decide, okay, I'm going to expand my buildings here, you usually want to build a shit ton of them. So you need a lot of tools, a lot of this, a lot of that. So what I end up doing, instead of having a constant trade route delivering like 20 tools at a time, I have any given island kind of full of tools and full of everything I need, concrete, steel, and this and that. And when I start to build, I will send one of these guys. Well, usually I should have one of these guys at the island that's producing all my tools, and just send them back to my main island full of everything I need. So later in the game, that's usually concrete, steel, tools, and building modules, just absolutely loaded, and send it to the island, and then manually transfer, because they can hold 60 in each slot. And to make that even more effective, why not build 3 or 4 of these and just transfer a buttload of what you need. Make sure you have enough storage to make that effective on both your producing island and your main island, or whatever island you're building stuff on. So yeah, make sure you have storage, a lot of stuff to transfer stuff, and routes aren't as effective for transferring building supplies. But of course, when it's a consumable, yeah, you need trading routes. You definitely do. Yeah, designation of trading routes is super important in this game. You're going to be switching them around quite a bit. Another thing is storage matters. If you want to actually make money or have money, don't rely on this plus balance or whatever. Rely on trade. For example, I am producing heavy weapons, steel, uranium, this and that, and I'm going to have a surplus. I'm going to have more coming in than going out and being used up. So I put it up for sale, and the NPCs will buy. They will buy a lot. So you end up, by the end of the game, you'll realize you'll have like millions of your dollars that you have from trade. So building too much isn't necessarily a bad thing, because usually it's eaten up by trade anyway. So
production halted.
If you're real keen on this game, you can kind of figure out a nice balance between what you exactly kind of stuff you need, and maybe you want to pause certain facilities to kind of save you money. But I think that's just a waste of time. I think that's just, there's just too much of this game to manage at one time to be jumping around and pausing and playing things when you need them. Just do this. Just build a shit ton of everything and sell it and make a lot of money. That 10,000 is basically this 1 or 2 or 50 facilities running for a very long time. So it pays for itself. What else should I include? So this, I wouldn't call this a basic tutorial. I think this is an insightful precaution, insightful, I don't know, tool you can use for looking into the end game, which is basically the funnest part of the game. I'm not keen on the little fisheries and this and that. It's pretty boring, but when you get huge and it's just rewarding. I think one of the greatest things about this game is how rewarding it is to have basically an empire of a lot of shit going on. It's pretty cool. So if you haven't played this game a lot, play it. Spend some time on it. It's a lot of fun. It's a sucking fucking time vampire. You have to, the game actually tells you after you played 4 hours to stop playing, which has happened more than once to me, so give it a go. figure what it's like to get fucking trade. It's crazy. Get later into the game, and yeah, enjoy. Hope you liked this video. Hope it helped. Let me know if you have any comments, any things that you prefer. If you've kind of gone the same route as me, or when you get later in the game, maybe you like do something different. So remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know if you want me to make more videos about Anno 2070. See ya.